Hi, this is Nnamdi, your host. Welcome to Comfy TV. Oh, I forgot. From this moment forward, I will be changing this channel from Comfy TV to African Viewpoint. Um, the reason I'm doing this is for this channel, the name to align with what I do in this channel. Full disclosure. Initially, this channel was actually designed for something else. That's why I gave it Comfy TV. That's why I named it Comfy TV, but at this time, it doesn't align with the objective and the purpose of this channel. That is the reason I'm changing it from Comfy TV to African Viewpoint. So just in case, do not be confused when you see African Viewpoint instead of Comfy TV. So with that being said, aside, so I have made a video before um, concerning Charlie Kirk, what people are saying about it, whether he was a racist or not. Then in that video, I stated categorically that Charlie Kirk was not a racist. And now I'm coming with another video again to back it up with receipts that shows that this guy just simply loves humanity. He loved humanity. Unfortunately, he's no more with us. So he loved humanity. And this, I couldn't just wait. I couldn't just ignore this video that I came across made by Brandon Tatum and one other black influencer. So I really wish to show you this video, so because I couldn't just get past it. So I want you to see and know that what I was saying was true. Apart from that, this is the reason why you should always make your diligence, do your due diligence. Don't always take everything the media say. It says in the mainstream media, actually, it says that is hook and sinker. I've said it in my comment section below. Don't always take it, because that was how I felt when I was getting fed with that mainstream media propaganda concerning some people that like Donald Trump and the rest. I hated him. I hated him with every bone and every flesh of my body. Until I started doing my research, I began to see that these people were actually misinforming, disinforming people. They are deceiving people. They will just take something out of context and just spew it out so that they will, kind of make a situation that never happened to appear as though it happened. So this is the reason I'm making this video. I'm also encouraging you, if you are not agreeing with what I'm saying, please, anything that you really care about, do not depend on the mainstream media such as CNN, MSNBC. They are the worst places for you to go to get a source, a kind of unbiased source, a source that is unfiltered, that is a source that is objective. Do your own personal research. Just don't take everything hook and sinker about anything or any matter, any issue they talk about. Because if you keep on going that way, you will keep on, kind of hitting someone with not actually knowing why. When somebody asks you why, you just feel because you are told you are told to do so. So do your due diligence and make your independent research. Go to other sources, see it for yourself, see the video. So just as I'm about to show you in this very clip. So I'm going to show you the video, so you will now judge by yourself whether or not Charlie Kirk was a racist, which I know that he is not a racist. He just loved humanity, and he spoke about what he cares about. Whether he was right or wrong, but he spoke about what he believed in. He was a very good Christian brother. He loved the blacks, as you are going to see in this video, how he helped the black people in many ways. The likes of Candace Owens, the likes of Brandon Tatum, I've mentioned it before. I'm aware of this. And many other people also. Terence Williams, I know him, that guy, that comedian, that guy. He talked about it. So I would like you to relax and watch this video. When we come back, we'll talk more about it. But we are going to transit into that video, but I'll be making a commentary in that video. So I hope that that is going to bug, that is not going to rub you in a wrong way. So that video I'm going to play, I'm going to be making a commentary as it plays on.
Race is a social construct that I want to break out of.
I think skin color is irrelevant. Why do you care so much about it? And what are black values? You know what black values are? They're Christian because they're one of the most Christian populations in the country. I don't...
Yeah, this is true. You know, I believe that the black community in the United States, they are the most Christian, they have the most Christian values. And yet, I wonder why they support Democrats. Because most of the policies and the things that the Democrats put out does not align with Christian values. So I ask why? Why is it that the most black people, they vote Democrats, and most black people are Christians, and they are very strong Christians? So I still don't get the question. I just want to see don't get it here. Why it is that the black community overwhelmingly vote Democrats, and yet they are more Christians than any other ethnicity, or maybe apart from the whites. Okay, so this is a question I don't understand. So, but let's continue, Sha.
care if it's all black, all Asian, all white. It's an excellent group is what I want. Because I do not believe diversity is a strength. I believe unity is a strength. I think you should...
Yes, unity is a strength, not diversity. And look at the statement that Charlie Kirk was making about black people. He loves black people. He thinks that they are strong people. He thinks that they are exceptional people. A racist won't make that kind of statement. A racist won't say that kind of a thing. And his point wasn't against blacks. He was against diversity. He was against DEI, so-called DEI. Okay? That systematically put unqualified people into positions simply because of their skin color, and not because of their competence. But he was saying a common sense idea. He was having a common sense perspective. Who wouldn't agree with that?
Have a one-page bill that says that racial discrimination based on race is illegal and will not be tolerated in the United States of America. Charlie, do you believe that black pilots can be qualified? Of course. I want a hiring quota and program that only cares about qualification, not skin color. Why does United...
Yes. Simple as that. Hire based on qualification and not based on skin color. Is there anything wrong with that? Any common sense person will know that there is nothing wrong with that. It's just a common sense. And if you want something to begin to work, you don't put bunch of unqualified people, bunch of people that are not qualified because you see them through the eyes of race. You employ them because they are blacks, all right, or they are white, or because they are Asians or brown people. You employ people because they are capable of doing what you want them to do. It's just as simple as that. And okay, let me also make this point. This DEI, do you know what it does? This is slavery by the Democrats. They are mentally putting, kind of enslaving the black people. By what means, you may ask? Okay, let me explain. Now, when you say, regardless of what you can do, regardless of your qualification, regardless of what you can do, that simply because of your color as a black man that you can get a job, do you think that that black man will do anything to improve himself? Do you think that that black woman will do anything to bring out their potential? They won't. They will start having this entitlement, entitlement mindset that their skin color is the ticket for them to get a better job. So they don't have to work hard. They don't have to do anything. This is slavery. This is a slavery by the Democrats and the liberals. They are enslaving black people and to undermine their capacity, undermine their capability of what they can do. But because once you give this incentive, you are disincentivizing them. So as not to go to school, so as not, even if they go to school, they will be half-baked. They will not read hard to compete with other people because they know at the end of the day that they are covered by DEI. Do you get the point now? This is mental slavery by the white liberals, by the Democrats. And now they are dangling this carrot before the faces of ignorant blacks, thinking that they are doing favor to them. They are not doing any favor to them. I don't want to use profanity or use bad word in this but I'm feeling having this push to use profanity. I want to use just clean words, okay? So I've always seen it like that. You make somebody lazy. When you keep on condoning somebody's bad attitude, when you keep on, giving somebody whatever he wants, that person will never amount to anything. So let's continue.
The airlines care so much about the color of the pilot. How are you? What a beautiful kid that is.
Thank you.
What a gift
so
from God.
Much.
Yeah.
She truly is.
White chocolate is here.
Hello, everybody.
This brother got more soul than a lot of people running around here acting like they brothers. He's a real brother. He was doing.
So this guy is calling white chocolate. He's here. This guy is one of those guys I think that was invited to the White House sometime in first Donald Trump's in his first term. He invited black leaders, black community leaders, or black kind of people, influencers. He invited them to the White House, and Charlie Kirk was instrumental to many of them going to that, attending that. Many of them being in attendance, which you are going to see now. You are going to see where some of them, like Terrence Williams, came out and he was saying that what this dude did for them, making sure that they were there, that they have the spot, they have the slot to be there in the White House. Many of them I can remember when they visited the White House in Donald Trump's first term. So let's go, just continue.
And he made sure that he brought a lot of us here, man.
And race should mean nothing. We should build around things that matter and not things that don't matter.
Charlie Kirk helped a lot of young blacks get to the White House. He changed a lot of their lives. A lot of them never imagined going to the White House. And Charlie helped hundreds of young black boys and girls go to the White House. Charlie, thank you for that.
Thank you, Charlie.
I love this guy. Black America is a faithful community and a portion of the country with high church attendance. I have always had a focus and a heart for Black America. I believe that Black America could be and should be doing so much better in this country. A message of liberty, a message of freedom, and one that resonates with core values that are shared in Black America. What has your father ever done for inner city Black America other than call me a white supremacist? What is a white supremacist?
A white supremacist is somebody who takes advantage and believes that they are higher than everybody else.
Do I believe that?
I have no idea.
Okay, exactly. And so there's no evidence whatsoever, and yet people go around sloppily saying, you're a racist, you're a white supremacist. It is so destructive to our dialogue. It's destructive to us coming together as a country, and there's nothing to support it whatsoever. So thank you for your time, and shame on your father for peddling that crap.
Like Larry Elder, like Dr. Ben Carson.
Dr. Ben Carson.
Yeah, Dr. Ben.
So at the end of this video, you will see that where he's showing some black prominent people in the United States, like Ben Carson, the first black neurosurgeon. Oh my God. And you have Larry Elder. You have many of them like that Charlie Kirk was hanging out with. And these are black conservative people. So how do you reconcile this? That this guy was a racist. He was never a racist. But the media and the Democrats and the liberals will like to make you believe so, because they won't show you all of this. This is something that they will never show you because it does not support their narrative.
I want to show a clip of Charlie Kirk being a racist for 2 minutes straight.
Give me one thing that white people and black people have different biologically.
Don't change the question of this, like DNA-wise, we are different.
No, we're not. That's
Is that not so ironic? Coming from a black person. Who is a racist between these two people now? The argument was that Charlie Kirk was asking that black guy that he should give him one reason or the difference. What is the difference between a black man and a white man? And the black guy goes and says, that our DNA was different. Is that not something like a white supremacist would say? That we are different, our DNA are different. But Charlie Kirk now was counter-arguing and trying to make him understand that that is not true. That the DNA of a black and a white person cannot be differentiated scientifically. It has been proven in a lab. It has been proven. You cannot tell through the DNA who is black and who is white. And that is what they are calling this guy. And that is why and some people are calling this guy to be a racist. How can that be? Let's go ahead.
Why? It has been disproven. Front page of National Geographic 6 months ago. Racism created by society. If you look at DNA independently in a science laboratory, they cannot distinguish between a black person or a white person if they look at just the DNA, because the only difference is the melanin. It has been disproven. Race is a social construct that I want to break out of.
And I want to give Charlie some credit here, okay? Back in 2019, Charlie Kirk helped a lot of young blacks get to the White House. He changed a lot of their lives. A lot of them never imagined going to the White House, and Charlie helped hundreds of young black boys and girls go to the White House. Charlie, thank you for that.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, man.
So for people who want to call Charlie a racist, kiss my black ass. Excuse my language. Charlie.
I like this guy. This is Terrence. I think Terrence Williams. Terrence K. Williams. I know him. He's very popular on X. So you have heard it from the horse's mouth, from black influencers. They say it. These are people that make common sense, and I must say that I am impressed by these people. I am impressed by Officer Tatum. In fact, this guy is great, is terrific. I'm impressed by Brian Logan as well. I'm impressed. There are so many of them. I can't just remember their names. Black Perspective, Black Conservative Perspective. I know the guy. I like him too. Candace Owen. You know, I like most of the things that she says. She's a very intelligent woman. Okay, so let's go on.
Kirk is not a racist.
See, you got an anti-DEI shirt on, so this is about to get good.
Well, instead of debating DEI, why don't you define it?
Got you. So diversity, equity, and inclusion.
I know what that means.
Okay, my fault.
I would say DEI stands for didn't earn it.
Ooh. Didn't earn it. You've been working on it. I honestly believe that the fact that you got to this point where you was already unrepresented on these campuses already shows that you did actually earn to get those fundings, did actually earn to get that exclusivity tailored to you.
Let's try to find some common ground.
Okay.
Do you think people should be hired based on their race or their competency?
I don't think that. I think they should be race.
Which one?
My fault. Sorry. My fault. I think that they should be hired based off their competency, not their race.
We totally agree, right?
Okay.
So what DEI does in practice, not in theory, is it focuses on race more than competence.
Okay.
That is our concern.
Okay.
And so what I want, and you seem, very passionate about a lot of things, and you obviously have skills. For your life, I want you always to be judged on the content of your character, not the color of your skin. Where DEI says, no, we're actually going to care more about skin color than competency. And so what we want is an America based on merit, America based on how hard you work, an America based on what you bring to the table, not just what you look like.
Look at that racism going out. Boy, Charlie, racist like a mud, ain't he? Y'all shut the front door. It's only idiotic people that think Charlie's a racist, because the thing is that for some reason there's something on the inside of black people. Not all. I got to say that every time, because y'all be like, you hate black people. I'm black. How am I gonna hate myself, you fool? It's something on the inside of black people that when they hear white people say a fact, it make them feel some type of way. We talk about this in the barbershop. We talk about this among black people, how violent the community is, how people want to move out. They seek out this ghetto stuff. They say all these different things, and let a white person say the same thing. Now the person is a racist.
So, what say you? As Brian Logan will say, what say you? What do you think? It has already been established, as far as I'm concerned, that Charlie Kirk was not a racist, but he was a human being with a very good heart and good intentions until he was cut off, just like that, by some crazy lunatic that was radicalized by the left. Even though the likes of Jimmy Kimmel was trying to make it seem that he was a right winger, but he didn't. He left the path that he was radicalized. Okay, so Charlie Kirk, rest in peace, brother. I really, it's very saddening. Each day I think about this, I can't just come to grips with the fact that we will never see you again. We will never see you debating people, debating lunatics, debating human beings and ghosts. So if you like this video, please click like. If you like this video, click the like button, click the notification button, so that anytime I make a new video, you'll be one of those to receive it. And if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. Do subscribe, because Google Analytics has shown that 99% of my viewers are new viewers and they are unsubscribed. So it will go a very long way if you do subscribe to this channel. Thank you, brother. See you next time in my next video, and remain blessed. Bye-bye.